What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I'm glad Spencer decided, you know what, I'm just not gonna take the DA's deal because Robert pretty much offered a sweet deal. He was like, "Listen, you snitch on Victor." Martin presented Spencer with the deal from the DA's office. Basically, Spencer, if he snitches on Victor, then he'll get a few days in Spring Ridge. He'll have to serve 10 day uh, a 10 day sentence or whatever at Spring Ridge. But if he refuses the deal, then he has to spend what 3 months, I want to say, in Pentonville. I mean, that's still a sweet deal either way. Either way, it's privileged. It's a very privileged deal because anybody who sneaks out of a prison, you're not getting a 3 month sentence. You're getting some years at it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can sneak out of a prison and just get like a month or two added to your sentence. No, they're gonna add a few years to your sentence, um, to the already pre-existing sentence. So he decided he wasn't gonna snitch on Victor. He was like, "Nah, I can't," and I get why he didn't because Victor did a lot for him. You know what I mean? He probably felt like he wouldn't feel right, throwing Victor under the bus after everything he felt he did for him. So he was like, "Nah, I just take the time." And like I said, it's still a sweet deal. I mean, 3 months in prison, that ain't shit compared to some people that's in there for years. That's still a nice setup. So of course, he needs Sonny's help in tracking down Esme. Sonny, Victor, ain't none of them gonna find that girl. I don't believe she's dead though. She probably hiding somewhere, and I'm pretty sure Ryan somehow knows where she is and what she doing. So I'm sure she probably found a way to contact Ryan about it. Because that little girl is smart. Esme is smart. She's slick. She's crafty. That girl ain't dead. I highly doubt it. She ain't dead. She's somewhere waiting in the wings somewhere, hide out in the wind. So Sonny and his people are definitely not gonna find her. So anyway, moving on from that, I love the fact that Lucy is so like sexually active. I love when older people are not insecure about their bodies and stuff at a particular age and all that because I love it. That's dope that they still see themselves as sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. They don't have low self esteem about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because she was putting the moves on Martin. She said, "Listen, don't you want to see what's under this dress?" I love it. Like that at that age, at that upper age, like when you're in your 50s, 60s, and all that stuff, 70s, you still feel desired and desirable and stuff like that. I love it. They still be wanting to get down with the get down. I like it. Um, Martin pretty much was like, "Listen, let's go have lunch in like Canada and Dominican Republic." I was like, "Have lunch in Canada?" And Lucy was like, "What the hell is going on with you? Because you acting different." Basically, he was ready to flee. Like, he's ready to just get on up out of Port Charles for a little while. I feel like him running is not going to solve his little problem because Anna's still going to sick them little crazy ass women on him. So running away ain't going to solve nothing for you. But I totally get where he coming from. That's he's in a bind. Like, he's in a hell of a jam right about now because if he doesn't do what Anna wants, he's gonna have three pissed off ex-wives he's gonna have to deal with, which is gonna open up a can of financial worms for him. Cause the money that he hid, he gonna have to break them off their share, or probably a little more for hiding it. But if he snitches on Valentine and tell Anna whatever she want to know, that's breaking attorney-client privilege. Because anything Valentine tells Martin is privileged information. So if he breaks that, he could be fired. He could be disbarred because Valentine could fire him. He could snitch on him to the to the to the board or whatever. He could sue him. It's a lot of things that he can do. It's a lot of things Valentine could do that would just ruin Martin's career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's in a hell of a jam at this point. And that's why, he just wanted Lucy to run away with him. But Lucy was like, "Shit, now ain't the time for me to go." She was like, "I got deception business to deal with. I can't just leave town right now," which is totally understandable. I mean, I get that Anna wants this information badly, but I find it kind of messed up that she's trifling with a man's career at this point just to get this info. It's like, damn, Anna, you want it that bad to find out what Valentine up to? Why don't you just bug his phone or something? You know what I mean? Like, there's other ways of getting what you want. Definitely other ways to get that info. So anyway, moving on from that, Austin pretty much feels like Georgie don't like him. She hate him. I can't blame Maxie's daughter for not liking him or whatever. I think Maxie's daughter is just too through with these men coming in and out of her life. She's through. Like, she over it at this point. I mean, you got to think about it. When Spinelli was pretty much raising her and stuff like that, she only had to deal with Ellie. That's the only woman Spinelli really had in his life. Maxie done had a couple of them come through the door. You know what I'm saying? In the last few years. In the last 8 years. She done had a few of them walk through that door. You know, and her daughter is over it at this point. Like, she's very much over it. Um, and now Austin is making excuses as to why he can't spend the weekend with her and the kids and stuff, because he claimed he gotta go back to Paul Talk and deal with some issues on his one of his rental properties or whatever. Maxie wasn't buying it. She felt like there was way more to the story, that he was lying. He tried to insist that he was telling the truth. But he was at the hospital. He was on the phone with that guy or whatever, saying, "Oh, you won, y'all won. Tell her I'm on my way. I'll be there." Like, what the hell is going on with him? Like, what is he into? Like, who is he working for? That's what I want to know. I just feel like this whole Austin character so far has been a bust. It's been a dud in my opinion. I feel like it was. I was excited when they were bringing him in as a Jimmy Lee's son. And they used that for a while, especially with the ELQ stuff and all that. But then once that phased out, fizzled out or whatever, now it's like, he's like, Roger Howarth is on the show like a man without a country at this point. And I feel bad for him because Roger Howarth is better than this. You know what I'm saying? He deserved better than this dud ass character that they done gave him. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Maxie also, she need to take some time out for her kids. Like, she need to take some time out for her kids, herself. After dealing with all of Peter's mess, and then before that, you had a husband that died on you. Then before that, you were dealing with that little what the hell is his name? What the hell is his name? Dunkelman, whatever his name is. That Peter Harrell Jr., he went by Dunkelman or something like that. Y'all know who I'm talking about, that little guru, that little hippie fool, the crazy one. His name was at the tip of my tongue, but I just couldn't remember it. It'll probably come back to me later. But you know him, the little hippie, that turned out to be a psychopath. Yeah, it's like she need to take some time out for her and them kids and stop focusing on love and start focusing on other things right about now, because that shit is played out at this point. So anyway, moving on from that, I don't blame Jocelyn. Listen, Jocelyn was acting just how Trina acted when Rory popped up out that pool. The way she was looking at Dex when he came out that pool, her mouth was just like she ain't never seen a man before. I was just looking like, Jocelyn, pick your mouth up, sweetie. Pick it up. Come on, put your tongue back in your mouth. Put your eyes back in your head. Relax, breathe. Act like you've seen a man before, a half naked one. Come on now, breathe. I know it's a lot to take in, but you know, earth to Jocelyn. Get it together. Come back to us. You know, you got to snap your finger in her face and be like, come back to us. You know, she was acting like she ain't never seen a piece of meat before. I'm like, okay, relax. But all I'm going to say is Cameron need to come get his lady. I know that, because the way she was looking at Dex, it felt like nobody else was in that room but her and Dex. She could have jumped his bones right then and there. And I can't say I blame her, but she would have did it. And Cameron, you need to come get your lady, because I feel like Jocelyn is about to cheat on you in 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, Jocelyn, the way she was looking at Dex, Jocelyn was about to risk it all. Like, the way she was looking. And even Trina was looking like, damn. Sometimes you ain't got no choice. You just gotta look and be like, damn. Damn. That's how I be looking at a couple people on this show. Because some of these actors and actresses, I be like, damn. Like, what is y'all regimen? I need to be on what y'all eat and drink and workout regimen and stuff like that. Because I just be like, damn. But, she definitely is attracted to Dex. There's no question about that one. And Dex, I could tell he's starting to like her too. You know, even though she be meddling in his business, he's starting to like her. But you know, I'm glad Sonny and Jocelyn had a moment to talk, even though she worked my nerve for about a second when she was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna forgive you for what you did to my mother." If you're never gonna forgive him for that, then you should have been around back in the day, because this shit is child's play compared to the shit Carly and Sonny have been through in the past. So I'm just saying. And I feel like she need to let that go. let it go. Like, yeah, he hurt your mother. Okay, I get it. You have a right to be upset. I'm not gonna say she doesn't, but it's like you're really gonna carry this on for a long time. It's like let it go. Um, but I'm glad that she has some gratitude towards him though for what he tried to do for Trina. Tampering with that jury or whatever to make sure that she don't go to prison. At least he's stepping in to do something. Trina got a lot of people on her side, which is good. But it's not looking so good right now because it's so 50-50 right now, and the jury, it looks like it's coming back because Diane kept trying to get a hold of Trina, but she couldn't, get a hold of her. So Trina finally listened to her voicemails and stuff, and the jury is pretty much coming back soon with a verdict. Um, Speaking of, that situation pretty much put a pickle on, it kind of put a kibosh on things that Curtis and Portia were trying to do because they need to wake Oz up. They feel like he's their last resort to clearing Trina right now. But Jordan pretty much put a roadblock in front of that because now she don't put Rory as the cop to, be outside and guard the door, guard Oz's room. So it's going to make it difficult to do what they need to do. Um, Rory, I definitely can understand why Jordan asked Rory that question, like about where does he stand, pretty much. Like, is he okay to handle this assignment? Because to me, I feel like it's definitely a conflict of interest for him to even guard that door because he's into Trina. Like, him and Trina have gotten close, and Oz is pretty much a part of this case with Trina. Like, he's a vital part to it. So it's definitely a huge conflict of interest. So I can understand why Jordan asked, like, can you handle this assignment? Like, are you going to do things above board? But I mean, if she has to question that, then maybe she should have put another cop outside the door, because she know good and well he's connected to Trina romantically. So she should have used her better judgment as a police commissioner and put somebody else on that door. Because I could definitely see Rory covering for Portia if push come to shove. Like if she need him to say, "Oh, she was never in that room," or lie or whatever, I'm pretty sure he would do it in the name of protecting Trina and saving her. He would do it in a heartbeat. I feel like he would. Um, but Portia still is adamant about going through with her plan. But I feel like now is not the time to go through with it. I understand she's willing to do whatever it takes to save Trina and risk it all, but is it really worth that risk at this point? Because everybody's watching that door. You know what I'm saying? Even Austin came to her office to ask about, why the cop is on the door. The nurses are all talking about it. They got cameras all in that hallway. That's a huge risk right now to go into that room and administer a drug that could possibly wake him up. But like Curtis said, it could also kill him. So if it does the opposite of what they need that drug to do, she's gonna be in huge trouble because they got cameras. They pretty much everybody's talking about it. So that's not a good look. Everybody got eyes on that door right now. So if she's the only one in there and that man end up dying, ain't no question she's gonna be looked at. Of course she will. They're gonna look at her. And I don't know if she wants to take that big of a risk, honestly, because that's a hell of a risk to take, if you ask me. Um, but like I said before, when it comes to your child, you're gonna do whatever it takes to protect your child. Anybody would. I know I would. If I had kids, I definitely would. Um, but yeah, Trina, I feel bad for her because she thought that she was gonna have more time before the jury came back. But usually, them jurors, they can come back pretty quick when they examine all the evidence, and only take them but so long to look at it. And that's pretty much what happened. Look like they on their way back with a verdict. And also, I want to say this though about Jordan. I want to see more of Jordan's love life. Like, her and Curtis need to look into their divorce because I find it strange that neither one of them have noticed that they have not got a final decree yet. And if, Curtis is really moving on with Portia, I'd rather Jordan move on too with somebody new. You know what I mean? Because that woman is just way too fine to just be letting her just be a police commissioner and have no life outside of that. Like, no, she need a man or a woman, something. Like, I can see her doing either or. Like, the woman is fine. She's gorgeous. Like, let's not waste that. I'm just saying. Um, so anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.